Hello there. So, yeah, today I wanted to do a video that showcase a bunch of records I bought in a short time frame, which is definitely different for me. I generally have gradually accumulated records over the years at various for gifts and various record store days and shopping sprees with my son, but because my system was down for the count for a while, and I was getting it repaired, and I was on vacation. But the main reason is that the stereo unit was out of commission. So I had an itch for the music because that's what I do, and was shopping and had found myself at some shops with my son, but also mostly with Kara, and she was very very cool about going to some record shops, and was cool about me scratching that itch for the music. So I did that by buying some records that I normally usually I buy one or two at a time, but this time it's sort of snowballed into a bunch in a row kind of thing, and I was able to add some stuff. I'm still listening through the stuff because there's when you work and all that, so there's only so much time, but yeah, I've added a bunch of stuff and titles that artists that I didn't have, and I'm happy to do so. So I wanted to show them off because, as I say, I normally don't have a collection of stuff like this that is new to me in my collection to show. So that's what this is about. Like and subscribe if you want to. That'd be cool. And yeah, this is not to show off or anything like this. I just wanted to show the stuff that I've added and maybe give you a sense of I'm trying to sort of stretch my rock collection. I certainly have been doing that, and I'll explain as I go along. So yeah, let's do that. First one I wanted to show I picked up is the Best of the Cult. It's called The Singles, and it's a really cool record. It's got a whole historical story inside of it. It's a gatefold. Cool record. It's got their big hits: She Sells Sanctuary, Firewoman, Revolution, Rain, Love Removal Machine. It's really good. I didn't have any Cult, not even on CD, which was really strange. Yeah, this is a hard rocking record. I mean, it also is on that nice black heavy stock vinyl. Love it. I like the black vinyl. Strange that I didn't have the Cult. This is a really hard rocking record. What I like, you'll see that when I show stuff, I do like buying greatest hits or best ofs of artists. The reason I like that is you can't own everything. Your budget doesn't allow it. And when you like a lot of different rock music like me, it's hard to collect everything. So I do like buying best ofs or greatest hits for bands that I haven't got around to getting much in their discography, because where do you begin? And again, budget doesn't allow you to buy everything all at once. So this is a great choice. So buying the greatest hits, and what I really love about the greatest hits and best ofs is that as you're listening through, you start to realize, wow, I know that song, that's a cool song, I know that from the radio. So yeah, this is a really hard rocking record. Great record. Another best of greatest hits. This one was on my my list to get, my want list for a long time actually, and it's the Cure greatest hits. Quite a popular record. It's a big gatefold record. Look at those pictures, very cool. Robert Smith, and this has got all their big super. This is heavy 180 gram vinyl. Really sounds amazing, and it's got all their big songs on here, all the ones that that you recognize: Boys Don't Cry, Lullaby, Love Song, In Between Days. All the good stuff's on here. The Cure. So this one here picked up. So I usually don't buy used records. It's just my way. I know who I am, and I'm fussy. clean kind of person, whatever, and I'm fussy, so I buy new records, new vinyl, and I keep them in great shape all these years and baby them. So I generally don't buy used records, and that really is probably will always remain the case with me. But for some reason, I've allowed myself to do that a little bit. I mean, when I added a bunch of stuff from my Uncle John's collection, they were not brand new, of course. So yeah, so I've been looking for this record for a long time because I wanted to get it for the collection because Kara loves this band and this record. I like it too. It's good, really good actually. So I hadn't found it. It's hard to find, and now I hear they're reissuing it, but on green vinyl. But this one here is, you know, an older one, classic, and it's Huey Lewis and the News. The record is Sports, and picked it up at Sonic Boom. And the reason I grabbed it is it's in really great shape. Usually I haven't seen any of these that are, well, they're hard to find and they're pretty, you know, old and beat up, but not this one. This is amazing. And I love it. It's that beautiful original black vinyl. Very good. Sounds great. So I was really happy to add that. Kara, I think, got a kick out of that. And now we have it in the collection and we can listen to it whenever we want. Very cool. Here's another one, same kind of situation. This was a very, just on a whim find. It was at a record store. This is the cheapest I've ever paid for a record. It sounds bizarre, but it was like, yeah, it was like under $5, like crazy. But I've been looking for some Graham Parker. Graham Parker and the Rumor is the name of the band, and an old record. It's in really good shape. The record itself, the vinyl, is in beautiful condition. And where I sort of this guy caught my ears, if you remember the movie, This Is 40, he's featured in that movie, sprinkled throughout the movie. And I thought, oh man, he sounds great. And it's that cool kind of, it's very Elvis Costello-like, kind of like jazzy rock. It's very good. This is another one. I thought it was new. It wasn't. It was a used record, but in really great shape. Deep Purple. So it's got the classic songs on here. Highway Star, Speed King, Child in Time, Woman from Tokyo. Very good. It's in really nice condition. Beautiful black vinyl. So I was glad to, that was again, another one, just a find that I got, and it was a used record, so I grabbed it. So here's one that was on my radar because I just was so into the first record by Mammoth WVH, Wolfgang Van Halen. It was so good. So that was like my favorite new rock record in a very long time. So I was very excited when, you know, we heard that he was making his follow-up record, and this one he's calling just Mammoth 2. And I didn't get it right away, and I was anxious, and I hadn't seen it because, you know, just when I started getting out to the shops again, I ran into it. There you go. So it's a cool, look at that picture of Wolfgang. And it's on this beautiful, unique yellowish gold vinyl. Sounds really good. I'm happy to report that this record I was a really big fan of the first records. This record is a little bit more concise, a little less songs on it. Not the big giant singles that the first one had necessarily, but I think it's a really solid follow-up record. Really good record. Rock's good. I think I'm going to be playing this one a lot. All right, another one that I found that was on my list, and again, similar to some of the other bands I've mentioned that I didn't have in my collection, which is another kind of a bit strange. I just never grabbed into them, but instead of getting a best of or greatest hits or trying to seek out an older CD with their stuff, I did a bit of research, and this was the record that kept coming up as the one to get, and that is the Black Crowes. It's a funny name, The Southern Harmony and Musical Companion. It's quite a famous record. And when I saw this at this little shop in Peterborough when I was getting my system repaired up there, and I went back a second time, and the reason I grabbed this is it's not cheap necessarily, but it's on that beautiful heavy 180 gram stock vinyl, and it's a great package, beautiful record, and I'm happy to have this in the collection. Some Black Crowes. All right, this is one that again, an artist that I didn't have in my collection, and it sounds funny, I know, but it's a matter of age, really. You know, at my age, what I was into growing up, yada yada. But I mean, I've heard so much about him, of course, and when I saw this, I was like, oh, I didn't even know this existed necessarily, but I saw it at Sonic Boom in Toronto, and yeah, had to have this one. Jimi Hendrix. It's called Experience Hendrix. It's a best of collection, greatest hits. Tells a pretty cool story of his output and songs. And it's got Purple Haze, The Wind Cries Mary, which is my favorite of his. All the good stuff. Little Wing, Foxy Lady, Bold as Love. Yeah, got a lot of great stuff on here, so I'm just very happy to have this. I'm gonna delve into this a lot more. Here's another one that this was more of a choice when I just seen it, because I didn't have any of their stuff in my collection, strangely enough. And I'm really happy with this one. I think this is a really good find, and it's the best of Roxy Music. One of those records where the best of ones where I mentioned that you don't recognize the song titles necessarily, but even the first side alone, Avalon, More Than This, Over You, Jealous Guy, and it goes on and on. I mean, they've got Love Is a Drug on here, really good. And this is not a gatefold, but it's a pullout. It's got this beautiful 180 heavy stock vinyl, and it's remastered, and a lot of the fancy mastering went on with this. It sounds really nice. This one here, as I've gotten older, I've started to add the next element of my listening pleasure in my collection is a lot of singer-songwriters. That guitar, beautiful acoustic guitar songwriting ability that a lot of these artists had, and I didn't have a lot of that in my collection. So this one here was on my radar for a long time. So many music people talk about it, of course, for good reason. Joni Mitchell. It's got all the words, and this is obviously a reissue, but when I spotted it, I grabbed it. Beautiful heavy stock 180 gram black vinyl, and that's pretty much an essential listen for singer-songwriters. A few more to show you here. Greta Van Fleet, I'm a fan of them. Young band. Their newest record is called Starcatcher. Been on my radar, and I finally just had a chance to grab it. It's got this absolutely gorgeous clear vinyl. I didn't expect that, but that's what it has, and sounds really good. They're one of those new rock bands that are keeping the sound alive, so I'm a big fan of them. Here's another one of these singer-songwriters. I've got two more here to show you. They're singer-songwriters that, I knew about the songs, I knew about his songs, and it seemed like when I seen it, was really fair price too. And it's Cat Stevens, greatest hits. I mean, it's got some amazing songs on here. Wild World, Peace Train, Father and Son, Morning Has Broken, really good. And it's on this gorgeous red vinyl. It was a really fair price too, so I think that's a good addition. I really only have on my personal radar one more singer-songwriter that is a must to add to the collection for Kara and I to enjoy, and that's James Taylor. I gotta get that one. Two more to show you. This was, out of all these ones I've shown you that I've gotten in the last month and a half or whatever it took to get these, accumulate these, is the Achtung Baby U2. And it's been on my radar a long time. Got some of my favorite U2 songs on here, actually. So what a classic record. And this one's a really nice package. It's on beautiful, that 180 heavy gram vinyl, black vinyl. Great, great package. And what an album. So that one there is an important add to my U2 collection because I'm a big, big U2 fan. So good one. And lastly, another singer-songwriter. This is a duo. And if you're going to talk about singer-songwriters in your collection, I guess you better have these guys. And I didn't. So I was glad to add them. Simon and Garfunkel Greatest Hits. Another pretty inexpensive edition. It's new, but it was inexpensive. Obviously, it's reissue and all that stuff. Black vinyl. But it sounds really nice. And it's got all the songs that you want from these guys. Scarborough Fair. Cecilia is my favorite of theirs, probably. Bookends, Sound of Silence. It's Simon and Garfunkel. So that's my additions to my collection recently. Up behind me here is the latest Foo Fighters record, which I got a little bit before these. And yeah, I kind of added a bunch that in a short succession, but it gives you an idea about, I'm trying to widen the collection. I think it's working good. So have a good day, and thanks for watching with me, and hope to see you guys again. Check in with me, okay? Bye.